Hello, you're listening to The Forum, the official PlayStation Community English language podcast. Hooray!
Yeah, hooray, yeah.
I am Serum Lake, and I am joined by...
You're joined by the sounds of like thousands of young revelers outside the office at the moment. I don't know if you can hear that outside there, but apologies for any kind of like noises in the background for the beginning of this podcast, but we do have a bit of a disturbance outside there.
Indeed, we have the anti-austerity measures protesters marching past, banging their drums and...
I think I'm kind of like overstating a little bit. I said there was thousands of them, but we just had a little look outside the window, and there doesn't seem to be all that many people out there. Well, this is Yaster, by the way,
and we are joined for the first time by the infamous LordRoss.
Hello. Yeah, I'm not quite so infamous, I hope.
Maybe you will be after this episode.
Let's hope not.
Okay, so first of all, for those that don't know who we are, time for some brief introductions. As I said, I'm Serum Lake. I'm a community moderator for Sony Computer Entertainment Europe.
And I'm Yaster, and I'm also a community moderator. If you want to know about like Serum and myself, then listen to last week's podcast. Really, you'll be able to find it linked to this one or in the same thread as this one. You know, if this is on YouTube, we'll probably it's on the same account. All right,
yeah, it's easy to find.
Easy to find. We'll set up a playlist that's got them all. But obviously, like Serum says, new to the podcast is LordRoss this time.
Yep.
So what we did last week was we talked about who we are, not really who we are, but like what we previously did before this. I found that Serum and Bear couldn't really talk about their previous jobs. I think maybe you're the same.
Well,
because you've also come from games industry.
Yeah, I've worked for various game companies. I guess, can we not talk about them then?
You could briefly mention it as long as you don't go into any massive detail.
I mean, those who are clever enough, you can find my name here and there. And I've even got a face in the game. And a gravestone as well.
Oh,
I haven't seen the gravestone. Is that in the same game?
It's in one of the games, yeah. It's Lost at Sea Without a Paddle. It's written on my gravestone.
So Google that.
That's quite ominous, actually. I hope you haven't got any like cruises planned for the near future.
Not yet, anyway.
So how long have you been on the forums? And well, first of all, how long have you been working as a moderator here, and also how long have you been on the forums overall?
As a moderator,
3 years.
Yeah, about three and a half years.
3 years now.
On the PlayStation forums, it's been a decade now. So I was around when narrator was a newbie, in fact.
Yeah,
and
so
now
was I
he's
as well.
a veteran. Yeah. But I did have sabbatical, so I came back as a moderator. And when I came back, most people I knew on the forums have gone. Apart from there, I have a few names around. I think Captain Cortez I recognise, and especially the narrator. But there's a whole different set of main members now. As they come and go, the circle of life of the forums.
So what are your areas of responsibility then?
Well, looking after at the moment, I used to look after the store section, which you've taken the realm now. But concentrating on building the driving section back up, because that needs some extra love recently. It's gone down a little bit, so building that up. And of course I'm taking over the football section to really jump on the fever of FIFA and Pro Evo. And of course, I am found in home boards.
Aha, you're the king of PlayStation Home.
That's one way of putting it. I mean, others might say something different.
Yeah. So what's your favourite game then? I suppose, should we say ever? Or?
Of all time or
well,
recently?
Last week we did actually say what our favourite of all time, and also current favourites, I guess. Did we say current favourites last week?
I didn't, but I can say it this week.
You can say it this week?
I could say it, yes.
Alright, well, more of that to come up. Right, okay.
I'll say of all time, I still rate Ico as my number one game, actually.
Alright.
I mean, it's really... I'm into stories, I'm into emotion, and Ico and it's one that it really attached to me, especially when, you know, when you're saving games, you have to sit down on the sofa, hold a, you know, Yorda, is that her name? Hold her hand.
Hors d'oeuvres. Did you say hors d'oeuvres?
Yorda.
Oh, Yorda. I thought you were talking about sitting on the couch and having hors d'oeuvres in your hand.
No.
Yorda, yeah, Yorda's the lassie from.
I don't. And for those who haven't played it, I'm not going to start spoiling it. But I mean, there are certain things, especially towards the end, that really got me. And don't think I cried, but I mean, it's certainly.
You were close.
It was emotional.
That's wonderful. So that's all time. Then.
Yeah, I would say that's all time.
And
Really liked it. I went in there with no expectation. I didn't know what a clue about what the game was about at all, and it was just full of surprises, and it was nice. I was playing it.
And I suppose we're all really fortunate because it's available as part of a HD collection, isn't it? With the also quite brilliant PlayStation 3 exclusive Shadow of the Colossus.
I was going to say it's lucky because it is a PlayStation game. Unlike last week when, you know, I think me and you didn't really select PlayStation games as all-time favourites. I do have some all-time favourites that are PlayStation games.
As do I.
Yeah.
I never completed Shadow of the Colossus, though.
I haven't either.
Neither have I.
I did actually cheat and YouTube the ending just so I know what happens. Because I got to a point where I know I'm not going to complete it, so I don't often complete games. It's not one of my strengths. I would say I'm an average Joe gamer. I don't complete games because it's not good enough, really.
Fair enough. That is fair enough. Ross, as you're the new boy, please tell us, what have you been playing recently?
I have been playing pretty much 24/7 FIFA. Oh,
shock,
yes.
horror.
The brand new FIFA, which has been out. I mean, I'm not the only one. I think in the first week it sold 4.5 million.
Yeah.
I think it's now. There's a new story in the in the websites and papers about it's one of the main factors of breakups, of relationship breakups. 40% or something like that.
Being lost to FIFA.
Well, actually, relationship breakups completely because of FIFA being the main cause.
It is a perfect time if you've got more than one television. It's a perfect time for her to watch X Factor, and you to play FIFA or something like that.
Yeah,
really.
So rather than breaking up with your spouse, we recommend you buy a new TV.
Or you can record X Factor or Towie or whatever, you know.
They don't really go for that.
They have to watch it live so they know what's going on.
Yeah, because then people are talking about it over the water cooler on Monday.
But luckily, I'm fine. I mean,
you're fine, because you can just come into work and play it.
Yes, I do play it at work as well. I've got we've got FIFA League going on. It's just started the other day in the forum. We've got the PlayStation Community Pro Club, which I'm a member of. I'm the right back. I hope I do, and the forum's quite proud. What else have we got in the football section? Oh, we've got my Kung Fu Academy. I've got the goal of the month, which Tall Paul is running, and it should
are all
be
these events surrounding FIFA? I mean, because I understand
the goal of the month and Kung Fu Academy is Pro Evo as well.
Oh,
but we don't think we've had any entries from Pro Evo people.
Oh, okay.
I see. Because I was going to say who's basically winning, and without us passing judgment on the two games ourselves, would you say there's a bit more conversation this year surrounding? Because I understand the Pro Evo's gotten a wee bit better this year.
It has got better. It's also 3D for those who've got 3D TVs, and I have tried it myself, and it does do it quite impressive.
But is it Move compatible?
It's not Move compatible, but I mean, I haven't touched the Move version of FIFA. I mean, it just doesn't float my boat, and just stick with the old controller.
But it's good that the option's there, really. You know, for people that like to use their moves all the time.
Who does like to use a move on FIFA? I mean,
maybe not so much really on a game like that, which is traditionally a controller game. But I won't talk about it at great length. But I got, because I haven't really played it all that much, I haven't had a chance to. But I got the unfinished one, which when I saw it for the first time, I just thought it's move compatible, and it looks like the kind of game which isn't exactly like a really heavy first person kind of game. It looks like it's kind of like a little bit more of a sort of a casual sit back game. So if there's an option to play with Move then I will play with the Move then. Same with things like Child of Eden and stuff like that, really.
Right.
Yeah. But maybe I'll talk about unfinished one in my segment.
Of course, Sports Champions 2 is coming up soon, isn't it?
Yeah, which is a great game.
So that you can certainly bring back the Move out of the cupboards or wherever it's storing at the moment.
Yes. So then, Yaster, what have you been playing recently?
Well, saying that, my Move is kind of out on my coffee table quite a bit nowadays. My girlfriend and I are playing. We're doing a bit of Move fitness at the moment. You know, trying to keep fit and stuff like that as well.
Is it working?
I like to think so.
Have you been tracking your calories and everything?
Kind of, yeah. We have been really. We've been on a couple of holidays to places recently, and we went out to the cinema last night, which I might talk about in a second if there's a lot of time to waffle on this podcast. Probably not, really. But so we've kind of slipped maybe a little bit, but we are clawing back in there. Really, I think there is actually. We've got like some scales.
Of course, new Dance Star's out now, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Dance Star does have a calorie tracking.
That certainly does help. I mean, I can only do like 3 or 4 songs in a row, and that's me knackered for the night.
Well, that's when it's good to be doing it with somebody else, because then they can have a turn. Really, don't like.
Have you done a duet on it? Because
I haven't done the duet on it. That's what I was going to say. Maybe
they are quite good doing the duets. They are really fun.
It's good to do that if you're like in a party, or you're having a party with people in the road. But if you're doing Dance Star for fitness, then yes, and you're doing it with a partner, then you have a go, they have a go, and so on. Really, I think really, so it gives you a good time to have a little breather.
Right.
I think really, but yeah, a couple of songs. Let her have a couple of songs, and then you do a couple of songs. And before you know it, it's the end of the night, really. But I didn't really want to really talk about Dance Star, as good as it is. Or Move Fitness actually was that I mentioned there. I've been playing a lot of XCOM lately. I'm going to be talking about a competition that happened in a second, but it's we haven't done an OPC Let's Play video for XCOM yet, really, and it's maybe I should not really talk about it at great length because I want to save that for a video. But just in case we don't, XCOM it's kind of a breath of fresh air, I think, in the sort of, not just like the games that are being released this year, or not even in amongst games that have been released over the last couple of years, but PC. If you're a PC gamer, then games like that kind of come out quite regularly. And in this day and age, with there are games that are like XCOM which are available for mobile phones and things like that. Really, it's a game. It's a kind of genre which I haven't really sort of had much experience with so much. Really, I played an old game on my Atari ST called Heroes Quest, which I think was it's like Games Workshop IP, isn't it? I played like a demo of that came with ST Action 1 month. Sorry, turn-based strategy. It's not really something which has really attracted me, but there's something about like the. Let's wait for these sirens to go away.
Good old London.
Yeah, it's possibly related to what we were talking about earlier, boys and girls. Oh, no, he's going the other direction.
Running away.
Yeah, but it's the whole kind of it's got that whole kind of sort of like retro sci-fi aesthetic, not aesthetic really, but that's what the visuals are kind of like. Really, it's you're basically working for this underground sort of task force which has been put together to combat this alien threat. And you're doing things like you're sending your squads out on missions. You're a commander. You're not taking direct control of these people. You're waiting your turn to move them to certain points. You're putting them in cover, and and when you're not blasting aliens in that setup, you are managing. You're managing your base. You're deciding what you're deciding. If it's necessary to build extra laboratories or workshops or satellite uplinks.
Is there a game like it already on the consoles? Or?
I don't really know, because it's been, obviously this is a reimagining of some old PC games, some old PlayStation games, because XCOM did come out on the PlayStation as well, the original one. It's been made by the guys who made Civilization, but I don't think it's the same kind of game as Civilization. Or Civ Rev, I think, was the last one they did, but I don't know if it's Firaxis that made it, and I don't really know if they do it. But there's certainly not a game that's been of this genre which has been as acclaimed as much as it has, really. So if you are looking for a good strategy game, a good sort of turn-based strategy squad combat game, then it's a good one to go for, I think, really.
What you often find with turn-based strategy games is that the PC versions get rave reviews, but then the console port tends to be not so good.
Well, if you were,
would you say that's true?
If you were,
XCOM?
one thing which I think really speaks to that though is that when the developers were showcasing the game, they erred more towards the PC. They were showing off the PC version when they were going around all the multi-platform websites, but they were playing the game with a controller to show. It was probably just for ease of use of the game in the studios that they had, but they were demonstrating how easy it is to control with a controller. you're using the left stick to move your cursor around the screen. There's a little line that points between where your cursor is and where your guy is, so that you know where it's possible to place your guy. The right stick will move you around the map. Obviously, you can't see all of the map at all times because they've got the whole sort of fog of war that's going on there. Using the D-pad to like spin it around here and there, and options, buttons. It's just a case of pressing like not triangle, but R2 to get into your combat mode, and you're just pressing left and right to use go along the little icons at the bottom.
So basically, it's a really good.
Yeah, and it's not real time strategy either. So you're not racing to go through all the menus at the same. You're not competing with the other player or with the computer to actually go through all your. You've got enough time that you need, unless you're playing it online with another player, in which case I think there's a countdown timer for you taking your turn. But you've both got the same controls at your disposal, and it works really well. I like it.
Excellent. Well,
what about you? What are you playing?
Well, I've been so busy recently. I haven't had the chance to play very much. Last week, Bear and I put together a video, which, Ross, you had the pleasure of sitting down with us while we recorded it. Our wonderful FIFA face-off.
Oh, that
yes.
fiasco.
What are you talking about? That was the greatest game of the century.
It would have been easier if you were different kits. You're both black kits, and it was quite hard to work out what was going on.
Yes. For those that haven't seen it, Bear and I don't play football games. We don't follow the sport. So it was an interesting video.
It is good if you want a laugh. It is quite funny to watch, actually. You'll find it in the football board.
That's right, yes. I'll put a little link up here so anyone can watch it. But I recommend it, even if I do say so myself. It's very funny.
And it's got a nice little ending as well.
Yeah. The only other thing I've played, I don't think I can talk about it at the moment because I think it's still under embargo.
Is it the one that we were talking about earlier?
It is, yes.
Oh, okay.
We've all got it. It's just we can't talk about it yet. But you will be seeing it on the forums in the next couple of days.
And how as well. Yeah.
So let's move on to community highlights.
Right. Well, if you noticed already, there's a Racing Community Month logos spotted around all the different boards of the forums. And if you click on one of those, you'll go straight into the driving board, where I made a little directory of different events and discussions we've got going. There will be new ones each week, and if you keep an eye on that directory, I will keep updating it all the time, because there will be competitions going on, and we've got unique events as well happening. We should have one coming for Halloween soon, and there's going to be a big competition with a special prize, so look forward to that as well. Oh, yes.
Special prizes. We like special prizes, don't we?
Yeah, particularly when you describe them as special prizes, because that means that the prize can change.
Well, you have got this prize, and it's in the cupboard waiting to be used by one of you, the winners, of course.
Ooh, I'm excited. I think I know what it is as well.
I'm lost, really, so you'll have to tell me about that when we get out.
Well, it's quite unique, so, But apart from that, we've launched our go-karting league, Massimo's running, and
what game is this for?
It's Gran Turismo 5.
Right, okay.
So we've done a test event to see how well it went, and it was a good laugh, and we all enjoyed ourselves. So we started doing a proper league. Everyone's all excited. With quite a lot of people who were interested in it, more than the Gran Turismo lobby can take. So it was a first come first served basis. The problem is the Gran Turismo 5 servers were a bit dodgy beforehand. I think they went down, and they've only just come back up just before we're doing our league event, and it was very laggy. I don't know if it's down to the servers or down to something or someone, I don't know, but it was still a good night there.
Yeah, that's good.
So we're going to try again, of course, each week. I myself, I was just out of the point zone. I came 7th for Nick Bester, our South African resident in the forums. He just picked me to the finishing line.
So you let the community moderation team
Well,
down there,
I
Ross.
tried. I've not been known for my racing skills. I'm still struggling to turn corners. I know you've got to brake slightly a little bit, don't you, when you go down corner?
I gather this is true, although I cannot attest to it. So, Yaster, what's going on with you?
I wanted to use this opportunity to plug the XCOM competition I've got going on. I mentioned that a little bit earlier there. Just go over to the War and Shoot 'em Up section, the War and Shoot 'em Up's general discussion. It's stuck at the top there. It finishes on Friday, which I think is the 26th. Yeah, Friday the 26th. Don't respond to the comments on this video with your answers to the competition though. Go over there and give it. It's a pretty simple question. You've got to build a squad using characters from PlayStation franchises. It's kind of a little bit like imagine if the cast of PlayStation All-Stars was in XCOM, which would be interesting, which they probably could. The interesting thing is that if you win a copy of the game, it's a copy of the game that you're winning. If you win a copy and you set up your squad in the game, you can change all their names, so you can actually change them to things like Kratos and stuff like that.
So you could get Kratos and Nathan Drake and Sir Daniel Fortescue fighting aliens, or at least in name only.
Yeah. So give that a go. I mean, competitions are becoming a bit more. There's a lot more competitions which we seem to be running at the moment. I've noticed. I mean, only just last week I was talking about my Taken Tag tournament one, and now here we are just going on to another thing. Keep an eye on the forums. There'll be a lot more to come. This is a good opportunity for you to win one of this year's hottest games. Surprise hits.
Well, yes, speaking of competitions, from my RPG section, I have got a very, 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 very special prize. It's a Dark Souls signed poster that has been framed. It's actually been signed by the game's director, whose name escapes me at the moment. But it's all in the forum post there, and I've even taken a little sneaky snapshot of it with my phone. So you can't really judge the scale of it, but it's about A3 size. And we've got a very, very simple question.
Yeah.
You're asked to name the upcoming downloadable content for Dark Souls, and you're given a choice of...
it's multiple choice then?
Yeah, it's multiple choice. You've got 3 choices.
Yeah.
One of them is very obviously the correct answer, because I want to give everyone a chance to win this. And so far, from the couple of dozen entries we've had, nobody's got it wrong yet.
All right. So and can I just say that is? I mean, I saw it when it came in. That is a fantastic prize, really. And if everyone that is listening to this should enter it, because it is easy. It's an easy question. All you need to do is just go into the forum, sign in if it's not already signing you, and then just post. And while you're there, reply to all the other threads as well.
Yes, but it's the winner will be selected at random, also on the 26th of October, so there's not long left to get in there. So just do it now!
So then, you might have read on the blog recently that The Last of Us, of course being the hot new, highly anticipated title from Uncharted and Crash Bandicoot creators Naughty Dog, is going to be getting the comic book treatment. It was revealed at, it was the New York Comic Con earlier this week. Dark Horse are going to be working with Naughty Dog on this one here. The title is going to be called Last of Us American Dreams. It's basically a prequel to the game itself. So if you are looking forward to the game and you kind of want a bit of backstory, which I guess isn't amazingly essential backstory, but if you're really looking forward to the game, then you could do a lot worse than pick this up. It's
when's it on sale?
Oh, I was going to come to that. The comic book is due to come out in spring 2013, which is around about the time when the game actually comes out.
And it's only 4 issues long as well.
It's only 4 issues long, really, so you'll be able to just sort of... you're not going to spend you're not going to go into the summer still reading it.
Yeah,
I think. It's a 4-issue comic book. It peels back the layers on the early days of Ellie as it dives into her backstory. So I think it obviously must focus on her. If you go to blog.eu.playstation.com and have a little search for The Last of Us, one of the most recent stories, you'll be able to see some of the artwork. And looking at it now, it does seem as if it's quite focused on. There's a couple of images of her. I can't see. Is it Joel, the name of the guy?
Joel.
You can't see him anywhere. So obviously this just deals with her backstory. Series will be made by collaboration between Naughty Dog creative director Neil Druckmann, artist and writer Faith Erin Hicks and colorist Christina Strain.
That's quite unusual to have a mostly female creative team on a comic book.
Yeah, focusing on the female character that's in the game, really is.
That's quite refreshing, actually, because you often get... how can I say this? I don't want to seem derogatory or anything, but a lot of like comic books are written by like middle-aged, balding, beardy guys. So it's quite refreshing to see.
If you mix us three all together, then that's what you would get, I think.
Yes, as a trio, we could form a comic book writing team.
Blog article doesn't state that that's all. In addition to the comic book series, Dark Horse Comics will be publishing The Last of Us art book, which explores the characters, the infected humans, and the highly detailed rich world of the game. That's going to be it's going to come out in conjunction with the launch of the game, which will be in 2013. So an art book for your coffee table top to impress people when they come round.
Certainly sounds interesting.
Yeah, I've got a couple of Street Fighter art books at home, which I like to leave out on my coffee table.
Do many people look at them?
Not many people come round. Really. I look at them a fair bit, really.
Good.
But sometimes we just tidy these away. This is gaming stuff. But yeah, looking forward to The Last of Us. That's great. So we're all looking forward to that. That's good. Hopefully we'll be able to... I mean, obviously it's a bit too early to sort of promise anything right now, but I would like the idea of maybe us getting some of this and then giving them away.
Yes, definitely.
If you want to join in the conversation about Last of Us, pay a visit to our Action and Adventure forums. There's not a dedicated forum for The Last of Us just yet, or I don't know if there will be. I mean, if this game ends up being as big as Uncharted, which it seems likely it will, then hopefully it should have.
Does it have an online mode?
I don't think it does really, but you don't have to have an online mode to have a forum. Just as long as there's a place like Heavy Rain, for example.
Did Uncharted have a forum before it went online?
It did, yeah. As soon as when the game came out, I guess when the forums were relaunched at the start of the PS3's life, Uncharted wasn't out yet, but it was added to the forums in the run-up to the game coming out. Deadly Premonition Director's Cut is coming to the PS3 also in 2030. It's good that we're already finding out about games that are coming out next year. Well, there's not just these, but there's a few of them.
I've not heard of this one actually.
You're in for a treat then.
Well, once again, there, just like The Last of Us, there was another article about this on the blog, and in the first paragraph, not quoting. Well, actually, I don't know who actually wrote the blog article, but in the first paragraph, it is described as a love it or hate it game.
A Marmite game then.
Yeah.
It's.
I'm judging by the title. It's a scary game.
It's kind of a.
And the age rating, which is on the box.
It's not a horror game. It's kind of a what would they call it?
Survival horror?
No, a thriller.
Oh, right.
You play as a FBI agent that's investigating a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
And
but like LA Noire or
not really. I mean, it does have an open world that you drive around, but there's not so much investigation. The problem is with this FBI agent is that he is insane, and he often breaks the fourth wall and talks to you directly while you're playing. And I never finished Deadly Premonition when it was released on other platforms. It's on my list to do, but I haven't done it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But what often happens is when he investigates crime scenes, his mind descends into a twisted nightmare world full of like contorted half-human people that when you kill them, they go, "I'm sorry," and "I don't want to die."
Oh, so there could be an underlying thing.
There could be, yes. The first time I ever played it, actually, it's because it's got a 24-hour day and night cycle, and you have to go to certain events at certain times. So, for instance, you meet with the sheriff, and he tells you, be here at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. You have to then go off and keep yourself occupied until 10 o'clock in the morning. But I went too far off course and got lost, so I ended up having to go to sleep in the woods in my car. And then try to find my way back, because you can't stay awake 24/7. You do have to sleep at some point.
Yeah.
Right. Japanese released game it was. It took a wee while for it to come to the US. I think in the US it was brought out by the guys that do SNK. Not SNK Playmore. Ignition, and here in the United Kingdom it's Rising Star Games, who are you know.
So it's a Japanese game then?
It is
Yeah,
a
it's a Japanese
game,
made
yes.
game. Obviously, it must be the characters are obviously Western characters, American.
In a lot of ways, it reminds me of Twin Peaks. Did you ever see the TV series or the
No,
films?
I never watched Twin Peaks.
Okay, it's very David Lynch. Let's put it that way. It's unusual, unsettling. I personally loved it. I could see why some people wouldn't like it.
I'll definitely give it a go anyway.
Yeah. But yeah. New features. Obviously, this is the director's cut. According to this, new features include HD graphics. I'm pretty sure the original has HD graphics as well, but it has an updated control system. So if you played the game before and you didn't get on with the controls, then give it another shot now. You might like the controls. It's a brand new scenario from the game's director. And DLC, which will keep the mystery going when you finish the main campaign. So there is a bit extra in the game for you to look forward to. Again, hit up our Action and Adventure forum if you want to discuss Deadly Premonition. And hit up our fighting game forum if you want to talk about PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, the beta for which kicked off this week.
This is a beta on the Vita as well, isn't it?
There's a beta on the Vita for this game. This is actually really impressive because I've been playing a bit of this beta. Also, hopefully around about the time that this podcast comes out, we're hoping to get another OPC Let's Play on the PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale beta. I've already got the footage recorded. You and I, Stephen. We just need to do a bit of. We should do it here in this. Now that things are quieting down, we've got a screen here. We could actually play the footage on there and record the.
Yeah, we
audio
could
on
do.
there. We should probably do that actually after this.
I'm really looking forward to this game actually.
And
I'm not a fighting person, but this one certainly.
This is like the third beta that I think I've actually got my hands on it, and they do change it every time. Usually when a beta goes public, sometimes they just roll out a previous sort of internal beta sometimes, but and obviously there's a lot of hush about private betas really, so I can't really talk too much about like the game's history in there. But you're right, it is a fighting game, and if you listen to the developers talking about the game, it's clear that they've designed it for, I guess, people like yourself who enjoys fighting games. Maybe at the end of the day you want to go home and beat the hell out of something, and it's good to load up your game's console and put on a fighting game. But when it comes to longevity with a game, you kind of feel that sometimes if you want to really enjoy the game, you need to kind of really understand it inside out. Fighting games are pretty deep a lot of the times. And there's no excuse, there's no reason, I guess, why All-Stars can't really become as deep as, a game like Street Fighter or anything like that. Obviously, the full game is still to be revealed. But it is possible that this can be a really big player in the competitive
It certainly
circuit.
helps when you've got passion behind certain characters as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Parappa the Rapper, absolutely love him.
Yeah.
And Sly Coon, Sly Cooper even.
Well, hopefully I'm going to talk a bit more about my experience or the experience of playing the beta in the video that we're going to do. There's only 6 characters in here, and I am feeling you'll see this. The idea about the video that I've done is I've played a game as each of the 6 characters, and when you're watching it, it is kind of clear which characters don't really come as often. It's not uncommon to see at least 2 Kratoses in a game.
Yeah, when I was doing the beta, when I had to go to the beta, I did see quite a lot of people using Kratos
And Radek as well.
Yeah,
They kept on using like the sort of the red dot kind of
long
range
sniper rifle.
Yeah, you need to block that, I think, or try and jump and block at the same time.
Well, as I said, I like the little characters, so often the case I'm Parappa the Rapper.
Yeah,
Do close combos and
I do really well with Parappa. Parappa's his level 3 super is pretty. I don't want to say overpowered, but you're pretty much guaranteed kills if you're in close range.
You kill everyone on the screen.
Yeah.
However, some of the other characters with their level 3 superpower, they get more of a chance to kill more than just 3 people.
Yeah.
So
But then, if they have the ones, if their super moves are the ones where they have a chance to actually kill more than just the other 3 players, sometimes you might need a bit of skill to actually get into the position to kill them.
And I don't think I've got that skill.
So Parappa's really good for that. Yeah. No, I like Parappa, and I like playing as him. Fat Princess, I think, kind of surprises a lot of people as well.
Too slow for me.
Kind of a bit too slow.
She's too fat, too slow. But you can get her little minions to help out, which is quite funny.
Yeah, just like the game itself. It's been a while since I actually played the original Fat Princess.
It's been a good couple of years for me as well.
Are you going to be downloading and playing the beta? The beta, incidentally, just like you guys have said, is available for both the PlayStation 3 and the Vita. At the moment, this particular week, it's just only available for PlayStation Plus, but keep an eye on the store and future updates. It'll be available to all. From the day that we're recording, we are almost a month away from the game coming out. So we're getting very close to this game, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of my ones to look out for this year, and a game which I think might surprise a lot of people as well. So what about yourself, Stephen? Have you played it yet?
I have had a few goes, yeah. My time's been really occupied working, but I have given it a couple of goes. I have played as Radek and Parappa the Rapper, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to playing the full version because it's got two of my favourite PlayStation characters in it.
Cool and Evil Cole.
No. Cole and Evil Cole, get out of it. No. Nariko from Heavenly Sword and Sir Daniel Fortescue from Medieval. They're some of my favourite characters, so I'm looking forward to playing as them in the full thing.
Well, at the moment, it's available to everybody with PlayStation Plus account. It's going to be, the beta is going to expand to everyone that has access to the PlayStation Store on the 24th, next Wednesday. And you better get in there quickly because the beta will end on the 30th. It's what you'll probably see from the footage is that the title screen does tell you how many days are left on the beta trial. So get in there quickly, get a feel for the game, and it comes out on the 23rd of November for us here in the UK and Ireland.
Well then, I believe that is all the news. Thank you to everyone that's taken part.
Thank you to LordRoss for coming here for this first one. We need to get Hawk on here, and possibly, if he's okay with it, Envisager, if he's not too busy with all the 24 meetings that he does every day. He's going to listen to this now and he's just going to start raging.
You're going to get done. The only other thing I had left to say is we are looking for community questions. So if you have got any burning PlayStation questions you want answered or want to know something in particular...
And this is going to have to be questions that you don't mind waiting a couple of days to be answered. Because
Well,
technically we can just answer all your questions on the forum.
No, but we will answer them in the podcast. So you will hear your name read out, your question will be put out there on the internet, emblazoned in the stars forever, for all time.
And we will probably most likely say, we can't talk about that. If you find every week that your question is not being answered, then chances are it's because we can't really talk about it. Whatever it is, or we don't have an answer really for you. So...
Yes, I will put a link into the location for questions on this here very podcast, and I look forward to hearing what you have to say. So, we thanked everyone already, didn't we? Thanks, Thanks, Yaster. Thanks, Thanks, LordRoss. Thank you, Serum Lake. Yes, thank you very much. That's a wrap. We're out of here. Done.
Bye.
Oh, that's annoying, isn't it?
I can hear a lot of kerfuffle happening outside.
Some sort of protest. What do you think, Ross?
Yeah, it does sound a bit dodgy, doesn't it? It's people dressed up in scary uniforms and all sorts.
Scary protesters complaining about budget cuts.
And they're coming this way as well.
We can see them all. We can see them all from the thing. We should get so what I'll do, I'll get my video camera out and I'll record some of these people.
Yeah, they've got the V for Vendetta masks as well.
Oh.
Have they?
Yeah, you can see that on there. You've got it.
No cuts.
No
signs.
cuts. I know, it's really irritating when you have a shave.
Oh, it's going to get noisier.
Yeah, here they come. Oh, don't stop here. Can we open the windows and go, get a move on, we're trying to record. No, don't stop. Sony are not in charge of the budget cuts. Go away.
They've all just turned around. Are they walking back that another direction, are they?
Oh, yeah, because they realise it's going to get quieter over here, so they're going to go back to Regent Street.
Go on.
That is most annoying. Sorry about this, boys and girls.
Get a job. Oh wait, there aren't any. No, tongue in cheek completely. I fully support their right to march and protest.
Right, so
I just wish they wouldn't do it when we were trying to podcast.